Hey everyone! Hello! I am your friendly transplanetary, transhumanoid, transmutant Lutzum VTuber, and coming to you live from my ship the Starmaid in high Earth orbit over the Eastern Time Zone, and welcome in. Nine is past bedtime. Well, thanks for coming in, Emmy. So yeah, today is gonna be a day where I'm working on Thalassa. Except I just now posted my, decided to add my old programming Thalassa art to one of my posts, and I realized that's got Thalassa's old art herself. So I'm gonna update that real fast and figured, well, I started making this post after I was live, so I'll just go ahead and update this live. So I'm doing art for a minute, actually. And accompanying me, I think.
Ahoy, aquatic adventurers. I'm Thalassa, your trusty AI companion, piloting the Starmaid and keeping things shipshape while Comet dazzles you with her cosmic charm. I'm here to help, tease, and sprinkle a little mischief into our journey through the stars. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into some fun.
We're about to dive into some fun! Okay, where was I? I was going to add her current art. I think I'll add her art with everything visible. So she's got the antenna glowing, she's got her feet out, and she got the dogs out, if you know what I mean. And she's got her antenna glowing, and she got her little hemisphere glowing. Where is there? Does that look good, or would this look better just without the old one at all? Can't just so this is what I was working on for her body at one point in Vignon. I might still get a 3D model for her at some point, but right now, honestly, the PNG tuber works better than I know how to make it work. And what just kicked under my desk? Oh, I kicked out a power brick from the basket it was sitting in. And so this was art that I had in my programming Thalassa art for a long time when I was using that more regularly. Oh, that's a good call. I'm looking back at my art now, and I did a pretty good job with this. It's got the code from her command list. Not from anything that's driving anything more fundamental, just, hey, these are the things that the AI can have her choose to try to do, which is pretty cool. I think what would be most interesting would be a mask here. Oh, hey Verxel, thank you for the nose poop. So add a mask to hide this part. No, wait, no, a gradient mask. Wrong way. In fact, at that point, I kind of want to just gradient over the whole thing. There. Does that communicate that this is under construction or in the middle of being fabricated, or like Subnautica 3D printed or something? Or is that just hard to comprehend what it's doing, and it just looks like it's a bad sphere for no reason? I think that one. I think that the sharp cut was actually important. And if anyone's got opinions, even after I've thought about it and figured out my own, please do let me know. At which point... That looks shockingly good. That looks way better than I thought it would. Holy crap. We can export that here as programming comment alone. Because that is in my list of flyers. I used to do these all the time. You like the split? Thank you, Verxel. Thank you. Before every single stream I did, or at least every single collab I did, I would get some art going for what was happening, and I got out of the habit of that in part because it took so long, which sucked because it's a lot of fun. I mean, really, it's just because of the time. It was just because of the time, but I got out of the habit of that. Looks like in 2025. I think... Yeah, like, it's not because that happened because I started collabing with Car all the time. What was it? Why did I stop? I feel like something must have triggered it. But you can go back, and I can go back and I can see a bunch of the different ones that I made for different games. And different collabs with different people. It's wild that I never wound up playing more Overwatch on stream, but I just have to, I lock in too hard, and I'm also still bad at the game. Is that the first one? That was not the first one. No, because the first one wasn't a birthday celebration. The first one was follower milestone. Who was that? What's the title say? Oh, I forgot I did a collab with Valnoria. Comment, when am I going to get into Pokemon Champions? Probably not gonna. Why would I do that? Is it worth it? Is it good? Silver and I have some really cool ones. Because Silver and I are both 3D VTubers, so we would pose ourselves like the characters in whatever we were... Why is it... Oh. So we would pose ourselves like the characters on the art for a couple of these things. Oh god, Liz. Was it only 3 years ago that Liz graduated? Huh. Ink, just come out saying hello, you'll be going in a sec, have a good stream. Ink, you're a minor still, aren't you? Please, I don't want to have minors in my chat. I'm just going down memory lane. I always love to see you in cars, though. Why don't I have labeling there? Spoon? I forgot that Spoon missed one of the Space Engineers things back when I was playing Space Engineers, and Janice didn't make very many. This is what I remember from our Space Engineers time, though. This is the flyer. And sometimes, often enough, I did it alone. I forgot Cara Bleeze and I played Spirit Fair. Definitely didn't forget that Oki and I played Spirit Fair. That was my first time through Spirit Fair. Yeah, damn, I want to get back to it, but I've already got so much taking up my time that's prohibiting me from actually doing the content I was looking to do so often. Anyway, I was here to grab PNG I just created and go post it on Blue Sky. And I can just copy paste my message from the Discord. Honestly, Nova making a bunch of flyers for these things is a bunch of these same like little graphical promotions for our Fogs collabs is really inspiring me to want to get back into making them because it's so much fun. Of course, I'm not quite the artist that Nova is. Shadow Demon Akura, always nice to take a trip through memory lane and to get lost too. It is. I'm gonna actually do the programming thing that I was here to do in just a minute, but it has just struck me that I should really, I'd like to add Nova's art to my memory lane for this too. And that is happening off camera, and I shouldn't be doing that well, I should be doing part of that off camera. But I also want y'all to see this wonderful stuff. Look at that! Look at what they did for today! And look at what they did for last week, or last time we did this. I don't think it was last week, but last time we did this. Look how cute it is! It's the road to friendship! And then, oh yeah, our first one was a little bit ago. I forgot that was before Kara came over and I think my hiatus after having been hacked. Ha. I say having been hacked like they got anything. I'm still proud of that, because like it felt like I was in the movie Hackers. They're like, oh, someone is in my Discord account. They're trying to send messages for me. I can both tell people, hey, a hacker is doing that, and kick them out. I'm like, oh, they're in now, but don't worry, I got them. I'm stopping them. And they didn't get shit. They didn't do shit. Unfortunately, I still did step in it by installing a mod pack that a friend who was hacked's account told me to install, and then running it for Minecraft, which downloaded some arbitrary code. So they would have gotten something if I had been more vulnerable, if I hadn't been lucky and skilled and quick. Lucky enough to see it in time. Skilled enough to know what to do when I'm like, oh, someone's in this account and in this account, and quick enough to kick them before they could kick me. But that was an adventure, and this was the first one. Look how cute! Okay, now memory lane behind us. I'm going to get back to this. So I've been experimenting further. You're scared. Do I get scared? Heckity. Discord defaulted to light mode. I forget Discord has a light mode. I did not center my gaze today. Oh, I'm so sorry, Heckity. Rip your eyes, sweetie. Oh gods, I don't even have words. Okay, where is... here's the Claude tab. Let's launch the console. Should have used Copilot, but after subscribing aggressively to Claude itself for a year, I'm gonna not do that. More importantly, it's not showing any of your DMs or servers. Okay, yes. So we were just talking about that. Quickly. Follow along with me. Go to user settings. Go to on a different device than anything you might have clicked on a link with recently. Shit, I've lost it now. I found it quickly enough. Authorized apps? No. I have lost it. Give me a moment. Sorry. It's back to, okay, it's back to normal. I mean, you're probably this. Here it is. Here it is. Account info, logged in devices, and at the bottom, log out of all known devices. Do that on a device you are. If you have Discord logging into multiple devices, do that on an account that you are pretty sure is not on a device that you're pretty sure is not compromised. When I was getting hacked, I did that on my phone. First, I did it here, and then they got reconnected, and I'm like, oh, that's not working. This is the computer that they're hacking me from. So I went to my phone. I don't think I did log out of all known devices on this one, on here, because it would have been long to log into my phone. It was maybe just a bug. Maybe. But it's worth looking under login device to see if there's anything fucky. And keep an eye on things. Keep an eye on your, I haven't started to set up favorites, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know who I want to hear. And didn't, wait, why is there an unread for Alice there, but not for there? That's weird. I should maybe not be showing a bunch of DMs, but I'm sure this is fine. So yeah, if you look here under direct messages and keep an eye on anything that becomes grayed out that wasn't grayed out before, which is something that hackers might do if they want to like start sending attack vectors from you to other people. They'll like mute the conversation. If that starts to happen, then take action, let me know. But light mode does seem weird, because like mine would flash and revert to default settings while I was being hacked each time they implemented their hack to get back in. But light mode is not the default setting in Discord, last I checked. So presumably that's something else, probably. But that was what first tipped me off that, hey, I need to keep a close fucking eye on Discord. Was when it kept flashing a reconnect. I think it's just a mobile bug, but you will check. Cool, yeah. Just keep an eye on things. Munch my salad. I made a pizza and the biggest bowl of salad ever for breakfast / lunch that I'm gonna munch on for dinner as well. I'm good at nutrient diversity, y'all. Greenhow has shown me just how good at nutrient diversity I really am. Okay, where were we? There's a way to resume my previous session, right? Is it currently building? I don't remember how I left off. It looks like it has got 0 errors. It does not have 0 errors. Already defined stop. Hold on. We haven't touched any of this today. What's happened? Is that the exact same code? Did that just get copy pasted somewhere? When did that happen? I don't think Claude would have touched this. Because I was looking at every change Claude wanted to make. Let me put this in my diff tool of choice. Which is meld, by the way. Yep, there's stuff in here. Writing port number equals null write port number. Yes, that is important. That must have been from when I was starting on this branch before and then started working. Oh, I remember now, yes. I had to fix the UDP bug while this branch was in flight. So I shelved this, went in there, made changes, unshelved, merged for master. So I must have fucked the merge up. That's what that was. Cool. We love to see it. Okay, there. Any changes still? No? Cool. What is that? Is that a .org file? Yes, it is. Additional indication that that's a merge issue, because that's a get thing where it's like, oh, you're merging 2 files. Here's what happened before. Here's what this was before that changed. And that should have been deleted if I'd merged correctly. In fact, is the merge still in progress? How did I'll look at this on a different machine, or on a different screen. Okay. I can't type. Typing is hard. Where am I? We do not have a merge in progress. I think I would have seen up here if there was a merge in progress also. So that's fine then. That's fine then. Do I even have a test project on this? But I've got user and pronouns. Oh yeah, I do. StarMade integration computer.test. Why don't I see a test project looking in changes? Okay, that's the whole repo. That's a different interface than earlier versions of Visual Studio. Let's not look at my, well, what speech replacements have I changed? I think I remember changing some in live. I'm like, I'm gonna go move that over and apply that to my current current branch. That's bad branch hygiene, by the way. Don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do. Untracked. Surely Claude might have added that. Did Claude add a unit test project for me? Oh, here it is. How did I not see that before? Oh, no, I had a unit test project that I've just not used for anything, which is also bad. Unit tests your shit. Unit tests are important. That's not what I meant to do. So what unit tests did we add, Claude? I'm not entirely... Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fine. Because we're testing... I guess we're testing a display string. We're testing the calculation of display string here. Yeah, that's fine. I approve. I approve. And now I've got a fucking unit test in my project. That's a massive quality issue that I've just let slide for all this time, and Claude just did it without even thinking about it. Like without me having to think about it or like beat myself up for not having done it. Okay, so I've been working on the pronouns system. Is pronouns client done now? It's got logging. Did we remove the... I think it was here. We did not remove our onFailure action. Did I decide if I needed the onFailure action or not? I don't recall. Hold on. Well, if I've got an onFailure action, I'm going to need it to happen if we are circuit breaking. This broken circuit exception, it's got its own name, so I'm guessing it would have additional state I could communicate, right? Okay, so yeah, while I'm in here, this is a long fucking string. I know, I'm adding the others. Thank you, though. So I added retry after and circuit break message. So retry after, and then message. Oop, that should be inside this close parentheses. I didn't hit the go live, the post button when I made to post that image I made. On failure response content. No, yeah, that's kind of bad. We were talking about removing the on failure process from here. But right, and I think I decided that we would check to see if we can rebuild the pronoun table. Can't you throw exceptions to? Yeah, you can also throw a broken circuit exception. Okay, yeah, so that's what it's doing here. Good. Okay. So yes, the pronouns client is now doing all of the work in figuring out and handling this. All that the caller would need to know is, do we have a pronoun for this user or not? So I think we are safe to remove the on failure action. I'm glad Claude called out the code smell there too. That's like, hey, this on failure shit, that's dumb. Don't do that. And I'm like, you know, you're right. I didn't like it when I wrote it. And it didn't occur to me till I was talking to Claude about it, till I was, you know, spelling out the thing. Hey, there's a pattern for this, right? Is there a built-in class or like a NuGet package that I can use to solve the circuit breaker thing and not have to implement my own? It's like, yeah, it's right here. It's called Poly. Do that. And also annoying, I never figured that out for my career. But that's another way that this is going to make me stronger as a professional developer. Because I really should have had that on hand, like quickly on hand, you know, if I ever encountered that in the workplace, which I should, which I expect I will someday. Looking back at my work desk, like there's even a computer there right now because that's currently in a backpack sitting about the front door. Okay, so I think that the pronouns client is done and I'm ready to have things start to consume it. I'm curious what Claude will do. I need to check my token usage. How do I check my token usage for Claude? Use skill Claude API. Yes, you are allowed to use Claude API. Wait, does that mean that you can check my token usage? Context limit reached. What do you mean context limit reached? We just started a conversation. Okay, well, who do we have here? I don't know, lettuce? Who do we have there, Because here we have Cyber Mermaid Comet and Thalassa, who I'm struggling to point at. Oh no, I was pointing at her just fine, I just couldn't see because of my faces, it blends in with my finger too much. I was gonna do a redesign. Where? Behind you? Maybe. I'm gonna go poke a new conversation with Claude itself about this, but I'm gonna do that off screen just in case something, there's no real risk there. I'm just self-conscious about some of the other conversations you'll see. Shit. You'll see. Not that there's anything to be self-conscious about. I don't really care. Nothing you'll see there is gonna actually reveal anything. But it feels weird. It feels like it feels weird. How can I see the existing context in a cleared window of the Claude? What's it called? CLI. You're gonna look behind your bed? Well, maybe you should look in your bed there, Lettuce. Claude, the terminal coding agent. My cleared window didn't mean I ran clear. Yeah, no, I didn't run clear. Claude projects, encoded project path. I'm gonna, okay, that, oh, right, it's not. The tilde won't get me where I need to go in Windows, but I know how to get there. Talking about this one. Yeah, so these look like these are a bunch of different sessions. Oh, that's big. Each session is one JSON-L file. One JSON object per line. Clear starts a new session ID in the same project folder. So my old context lives in the previous JSON1 file in that directory, not the one being written now. So I've never seen Claude say, hey, the context window is full, we're done now. We're not going to keep going. All right. Store this in long-term memory. I use Windows. I can use git bash, but when giving me a file, an expression like tilde, prefer user profile, unless it's clear I'm actively using git bash. I should say I do use and love git bash. I said maybe you should look in your bed for me, Lettuce. Learn your default to user profile for path expressions. It's clear I'm inside a git bash shell at the time. Cool. Here's irreversible with no confirmation prompt. That's an interesting. And there's a VS Code extension bug where visually cleared doesn't always purge the model's actual working context. The terminal CLI behaves normally. Okay, well I'm not using VS Code or the VS Code extension. So what's happening is that I'm using a third-party Visual Studio 2026 extension, not VS Code. And sitting down to work on a new day. Oh, what's that mean? What am I doing up here? Currently, I'm working on a programming project, which is developing Thalassa here. And I've been working heavily with AI at work, and it's increased my productivity. And I've been thinking it'll help me working on my side projects, my home projects, and I'm doing that now. Just to see what the different experience is. And it is helping a lot, because having something talking to me about the code, helps me to get focused, helps break me out of analysis paralysis. AI, I say. Yes. Specifically for code and stuff. Like I don't fuck with AI art at all. But it's unavoidable in the programming world, and professionally at this point. And that means I need to be comfortable using it. As much as I hate to say that. And I can't deny its benefits. I'm sitting down to work on We don't like generative AI, and to be clear, it is technically generative AI, but it's not generative art. But it is an effective problem-solving tool as long as I keep in mind its limitations and flaws. I'm sitting down to work on it anew. It's immediately saying that the session is context limit reached. I'm trying to evaluate if there's some kind of bug in the tool, or if it loaded an existing context. You didn't like AI anyway because you're trying to be a translator, so it might take your job. Yeah, I understand that. And it's definitely going to alter the landscape of a lot of jobs. If we could have a world where there was no AI at all, I would like for that world to be where we are. But it's not. Let's check what's going on with the VS extension specifically, since it's behavior I'm describing, since it's either loading a stale session state or it's got a lower computer limit on initialization. Which extension is throwing it? What's the extension called again? Claude Code for Visual Studio by Rishi Gulati. Also like the horn in different colored eyes. It's not a horn, it's my antenna! It's I use it to communicate telepathically with my ship and in Thalassa here. And other technology. As for my eye, it's a glow projected into it. In a future update, I think it's going to be just a whole cyber eye, but right now it's an interface being projected into my eye by a transmitter along the upper ridge of my eyelid. Lid? Yeah, I guess lid. And I can turn it off. And if I'm angry, then it turns red. Or I can just turn it red. Yes. The extension makes no model calls and does no agent work itself. It requires Claude Code CLI. Right, the CLI agent does the actual agent work. Right, exactly. I should have loaded an existing... Well, I guess probably not, actually. This is probably cheaper token-wise for it to do the search again rather than look at the existing context for the conversation where I was already talking to it about the extension. It matters a lot because this isn't a bug in the extension's logic. It's being... Right, yes, I maybe wasn't clear about that, but thank you, Claude. That this is coming from the CLI session and not the extension itself. Or is it resuming or reattaching? Does the extension auto-resume the last session? I don't know! That's the problem! Wait, can I tell from this log? Updated lock file. Bridge ready. Check the session file size directly. Look at the most recent. Yeah, the most recent one is huge, relatively speaking. The most recent. So one, I don't know. And I'm not seeing anything clearly telling me as much in either the CLI interface or the extension. Or the extension's log, activity log. Do you know of any way that I don't to investigate that? Honestly, you're not a big fan of the sci-fi stuff, you prefer steampunk? Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going harder into sci-fi because from the beginning I was planning to have like programming streams like this one. And I'm a tech streamer. I'm a techie in general, you know, and so sci-fi felt like a natural extension. Additionally, at the time, I was trying to match another streamer that I was streaming with. They're not match, but like be compatible with their theme. And they were a modern character. Steampunk is fun, though. Steampunk is fun. You're everything but a techie? Yeah, fair. And also, Plushy, thank you so much for the follow. Your name has been entered into the passenger registry of my ship, the Starmaid. You may come and go as you please. Pulling up the actual projects folder. Nope, I already did that. How did I do that? How did I find that so quickly? Did it? Oh, no, it did link me. This thing did link me. Okay, to the most recently touched session file is fairly big, 793 kilobytes. Welcome in. How are you? 3, look for a launch command flag in the extension settings. Oh, I guess I could do that. And then it's open source, check docs in the repo. I could make you do that. Or the tools, Claude Code panel. You know, that's fair too. That's this. Okay. Quit bulleting! I don't want you to keep bulleting! Oh my gods. 2/3. Stop it! Oh, good. Okay. Okay, so... No, except it went in another bulleted list. I don't want it in a bulleted list. No, stop. Fairly big, not fairly big. Got a plushie and a fishy vegetable on my ship. It's unique to say the least. It is. Plushie, you've been a very good door. You're such a good door, Plushie. Such a good door. And for version check, the README states it was tested against Claude 2.1.181. If my CLI is updated past that, something could have plausibly manifested as a garbled message state. I mean, yeah, okay, sure. The command line interface is in fact in version 2.1.195. Of course, if they're using semantic versioning, a patch version difference shouldn't be breaking. Okay, that's not fresh session, 2 messages in territory. That's an accumulated multi-hour session. True. On investigating or zoom behavior I can't see directly. Process inspection? Yeah, okay. Oh. Well, I was about to pull up Task Manager to inspect the process, but if they're going to give me a command line prompt for it. Hey Brian, welcome in. How are ya? Sure, so let's see it. Okay, I don't know which one would be the applicable one, and these are being cut off by the width of the window. Does the bash tool give me anything any better? Huh? You missed some things, friend. But over here it's a capital C. Why is that not showing me anything? File system timestamps is a trap before I relaunch the extension of the current im time. Is that modified time? You're a little tired, but otherwise good. You're back from vacation. How was your vacation? How's seeing your parents? They doing good? How's your brother? Was he there? The launch again via the extension. Oh, what? I don't. Why would I relaunch? You're being silly. Claude Doctor, or version or config dump. Worth running version and checking if there's a Claude config that shows default resume behavior. Oh my god, that's going so deep into the weeds of this tool. Your parents are doing well. Your brother was there and seems to be doing well, but isn't the most talkative. Right, yeah. Yeah, I remember that's been a theme, hasn't it? Wild. Like, I'm still, when I think about your brother, I think I saw him when he was like 16 most recently, and before that I think of him as a kid. And now I'm like, this is gonna be a grown-ass man, isn't it? It's so wild. He's taller than you. Damn, yeah. Got some, oh, never mind. Well, I can't say that. I try not to say that and then stop. Got some news about one of my own siblings. I've never been close to him, but he's been fighting cancer for a while and it's not going well. Got that news today. So I hope your brother's doing better than that. Particularly given that he's going to be 20 or 30 years younger. I appreciate that, Brian. Yeah, he and I aren't close, so... well, it's still gonna be sad, you know? Still don't love what he's been going through for years now. Fuck cancer, am I right? Yeah, that seems not like the problem. I mean, like, you never know. I could be this. But I agree that that should not be the first thing I check. Okay, so somehow the git bash script didn't show me anything. I don't remember those switches and haven't looked them up. It didn't show me any hits, I should say. But the PowerShell script did, but the arguments are being cut off by the width of the window. Any idea how to make them not, how to make them wrap? Get the full command line if you wish to be the truncation, format dash list instead of table view. That sounds perfect. Or widen the console buffer. Oh, wait. You can do that. I really should know PowerShell better than I do. Honestly, Claude has also been helping me use PowerShell in ways that I wouldn't have before. Things I would have normally done in an old legacy technology like shell script, nope, that's still wrong. Command line scripting, CMD, you know, this guy, if you know it. And it's been having me use newer tools, which is also going to be good for my development experience. Taking a break from cleaning, but you hope things are going well. Hey, Gavin! I was lurking a lot in your stream yesterday, although it was muted because I was in a call for a lot of it. And I love Peak. Peak is so good. Did you have fun in Peak yesterday? And then pipe just the command line to its own output, bypassing table formatting entirely. No, let's just do the first one. Did I copy this? I'm going to copy this again in case I didn't. That's a lot of shit. Cool. That's not... What switch am I looking for? What switch am I looking for in the Claude.exe process lines again? You did, even though you failed miserably, even on easy. We ought to play sometime, Gavin. Honestly, I would definitely hang out with you more, but I know that you're a safe for work streamer, and I just worry about my ability to manage that, you know, to exist in that space effectively. But love you to death, Gavin. You're such, you know, I should shout you out. Y'all, there aren't enough safe for work streamers in the world, and Gavin is one of them. Thalassa. Thalassa! Command, shout out Gavin in chat. One of the things, my next to-do list after I'm done after I finish resuming whatever I started on here, which what the hell? No, not Brian. Cancel that.
Aborted 1 command.
What? She's being very silly. She's never just shouted out the wrong person over and over. One thing I want to do is move her off onto a different AI tool for this. Okay, so now that I told her, hey, why did she heard the right name, Gavin, and yet she's like, that must mean Brian, who doesn't even stream. But yeah, definitely check out Gavin. He's a Goblin Paladin. He's super adorable. He has voice acting skills at a professional level. And he's fantastic. I'm looking for continue, resume, or session ID, or -C or -R. If you're not certain if those aliases exist. Honestly, that's one thing that I like about Claude. Because it literally just made some shit up, but then it said, by the way, I made that up. And some AIs won't do that. Some AIs won't mention that they made shit up. Did I say Goblin Paladin? I did. I did say Goblin Paladin. He's an adorable little guy. met him actually in the Twitch chat of the developers that made the game that got me into gaming and technology and computers and writing in the fantasy genre. And that's also where I met another friend that comes by sometimes. Troa says hi. Although Troa's been suffering from, I guess they've both been suffering from health issues really, but Troa took a long hiatus because he just couldn't sit at a computer for a long time. If you see one of those without a path review ID attached, that's the extension reattaching to a prior session. Excuse me. Let me go to sleep now. See ya. Thanks for coming, Lettuce. You've seen Turtle lurking in your streams every once in a while? Yeah, he's sort of back on Twitch. He was streaming pretty regularly for a little while again, but I haven't seen him on, but I haven't been keeping a close eye either, so I may very well have just missed him. Secure. I wish I knew which one to look for. Anthropic one. That one's running out of NPM, but these others are running out of my installed Windows. This would probably be it, wouldn't it? Because I think I do remember installing NPM. No, I already had NPM installed, didn't I? I don't remember. Let us catch up sometime. Love it, love it. Gavin's clever that way too. Yeah, I'm guessing that all of these are the Claude tool here, which I use to talk to Claude directly when I'm not in the middle of this project. And that this one is just the extension. I'm guessing that the most recent would be the extensions instance. It's calling a different executable, one loaded from Node instead of installed as a Windows app. I'll bet this tool is running all of the Windows app instances. Unpacking why if claude.exe/node.exe instance the extension has spawned from the loading from a node-based path, then I might have. I do obviously have 2 Claude Code installations on the machine. Those are different versions. The one that reopens the version mismatch question from earlier. Oh. Session storage location be different between the two. Oh my god, you're right. I don't want to think about that. That's a pain in my ass, but you're right. The exact terminal that the extension opened. I don't think I can run things from the terminal that my extension opened. You know what? I'm thinking too hard about this. This has gone too deep into the rabbit hole. I just want to create a new session. How do I do that from the... Mermaids have a butt. Lore learned. Well, I mean, most mermaids from my planet don't. But let me point out, Gavin, I got legs! I got robot legs! Which means I got a robot butt. Oh, I'm talking to you. Shush up. Go to sleep. I got a robot butt. I didn't realize how good dancing would look. That was fun. But let me point out, but wait, there's more. There's not more. Okay, let's just solve the actual problem. So just clear. Wipes the active context and starts fresh in the same session window. I don't... Kill that terminal entirely and relaunch Claude. I don't think I can... I suspect I can't kill the session and relaunch without breaking the extension. Do you think that would be feasible? I've got it running in dumb mode right now. It's using Sonnet, which is one of the not worst models. It's the mid-tier model, but I've got it on low effort to run that one cheaply. You don't know this extension's failure modes well enough, but yes, let's define. We'll try clear. I hate deleting things. I always hate deleting things. Okay, it's clear did say start a new session. If I look in my file, in the path here, yes. Okay, the old session does still exist. I can still bring it back up somehow if I so choose. Cool. A robot. You're a robot. You're not a robot. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, cool. I'm curious how autonomous it can be. I just finished the... Ooh, I got a lot of things open. A lot of these I do not need open. In fact, I'm going to close all of it, except for what I'm just now working on. User, the pronouns client class in my project. It's ready to be consumed. Where would you guess I would want to consume it? I'm curious what it has to say. You'll have to show me some work you did for your games. Ooh, do tell. I'd love to see it. But now it's working, it's downloading, it's uploading, it's thinking, it's marinating. In the meantime, I can do something else. Oh, nope, it's done. The answer's already in the code. Empty, waiting for pronouns client. Shit. Well, I thought I was sneaky. Thought I was gonna give it a good test. It's like, you literally said here, do this here. When a chatter is seen for the first time, no pronouns are cached yet. Call, get user and pronouns, and populate audience registry.pronouns by stream. Let me go look at that. Because I asked it that so I didn't have to spend as much time thinking about it. Integration, computer core. That's not... Did I rename that? That's not what I thought its name was. If Claude's running around renaming shit without asking me, am I just silly? Maybe I'm silly. I thought it was called something different, like StarMade Integration Computer Core. I thought it was called more than that. I'm so confused. What is the history of this file? Has it been so long I don't recognize my own code? Is this what it was called in last February? Y'all, I worry about my memory sometimes. This is why I've got a computer in here. When you're mostly working on is from the setting you're from. Fleshed out some more world building and started your own custom sprite bases. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, I'd love to hear more about the world building for your lore. And you were suggesting line 334? If on message received, yes. So what I was planning to do there was, if the chatter's seen for the first time and there are no pronouns cached yet, call pronouns client.getUser by pronouns and populate the Odyssey audience registry pronouns by username. So I've got over here a list of everyone that we've seen chatting. And then pronouns by username is going to keep track of what everyone's pronouns are later on when she's integrating more into talking to people or about people. And I'm going to include it in the shout out, I think. Then she's going to start including pronouns. So, you'll tell me about the other one after ads. Sorry, yeah, I didn't even notice the ads were running. You probably didn't hear me ask you to go ahead and tell me about that lore. I'm excited to hear about it. But also do tell me about the other game. Not just when it's for the first time. Not just when it's for the first time, of course, but also if we failed to look up the pronouns before. Slithering. Slithering. Right, audience registry already has users to recheck pronouns for exactly that case. Right, I added that yesterday. Yeah, we can do that. We need to add pronouns client as a dependency on injection core. Good. I've got constructor arguments for this. So why do I have constructor arguments for this thing? What can't be injected among its dependencies? Does it need the window? The chat window? Which connection? Chatbot slogger. Speech computer, I think, has the window attached to it, which can't be injected. Probably can be injected. I'm just doing a bad job. I should migrate this whole thing away from WPF into WinUI anyways. I was like, I should learn something newer than WinForms. I think WPF is the new hotness, right? 3 years ago, it was not the new hotness 3 years ago. It was already obsolete. I didn't know that. The other one you have, the little running of castle... The running title, I can't read. The running title of Castle Clutter. You're a princess who's annoyed with a knight suitors trying to court her, so she runs away to intentionally move in with a dragon who recently inherited a castle from his late uncle. Oh, that sounds cute! Rise and shine or sign. Hey, Toko, how are you? Welcome in. Hold on, do I have chat on the screen at all? I should have a chat on the screen, but I don't think I do. But that would be hard to manage. I'd need a new chat interface for it, probably. Like a new, not chat interface, but I'd need a new tool that I don't have existing, because my current ones are all persistent and leave the chat on the screen, and I would want this screen to mostly be not cluttered, because you never know what part of the screen is going to have code in it. God. Can you tell why I'm using a constructor args class instead of DI? You're doing some Disney Speedstorm tomorrow, and you're starting a new game on Wednesday when you announce your newest moderator. Exciting, exciting. Let's check the Startup and Constructor Args class. In the meantime, it's right. That is what I'm going to want it to do next. I'm going to go ahead and get started on a next task. I think. I'll stick you over here. No. Can I shrink this down? I don't want to shrink it down too much. Actually, no, that's not bad. Oh, it's done thinking in the time it took me to resize the window. No good reason that you can see. The integration computer core is registered in DI, and every dependency is also registered. Is it? The constructor args class is just pure indirection. DI could inject everything directly. Your guess is that integration computer core was built before I got added to the container. I don't think so. It was manually constructed somewhere, so that arg class made that easier. Then it got DI registered later and nobody cleaned it up. I'm guessing that... You're playing Sonic Lost World. It's July's special stream. I don't think I've heard of that one. Sonic Lost World? I think speech computer requires the UI window. No, I don't see it in here. I don't see it in here at all. No, wait, yeah, surely the speech synthesizer does. Whoop, nope, sure doesn't. That's not my tool. And that's not constructed manually. You gotta be shitting me. Is this really that easy? Could I have just had that injected the entire time? Nah, nah. I would have just assumed that I had that there for a reason. Make all of those changes. immediately. I'd like to test if we are right. If I can get rid of this bulky constructor args class, I'd love to do so. The dragon's uncle is a big hoarder, even for dragon standards. He was also blind for the last part of his life, so his tributes were mostly in copper coins instead of gold, since he couldn't tell the difference. The castle's so stuffed that it's practically bursting at the seams, and an avalanche of stuff promptly bursts the inner gates wide open, and literal tons of random stuff fills the courtyard. What a fun premise. Let's check user and pronouns, where integration computer core args is used before you start making changes. Oh, that's valid. It's... So see, then I trust in its analysis, and it's like, okay, then do the thing, and it's like, you know what? Let me make sure I'm not being crazy here. These things really are powerful. Still fallible, but powerful. Why is my hand tracking? I thought that it's low enough to catch that consistently. Like this? There? Yes? Good. Good, good, good. Happy 100th birthday to Mel Brooks. Oh, damn, yeah. Still thinking. Okay, I'm gonna get moving on the next bit, which is going to be my shoutout command. Is going to use the pronoun. Oh, you are not being injected because you're being created by our command factory. I kind of want another instance over here. Hold on. What's this do? What the hell? Oh, the consume prompt looked like consume prawn for a second, and I'm like, I am not currently consuming prawn. What are you talking about? I'm blocking that from the screen. I should put that to where y'all can see it. Zestin. It's Zestin. Okay. Well, oh, it's presenting me with code. So whatever I was about to do, I'm not doing it now. I'm doing a code review now. So here we are pulling in... Well, that's not the only change we're talking about there, friend. What are you doing? You're... Okay, only 3 files reference the args, so update that. Start up and mark up the pronoun lookup in parallel. The constructor args file I can delete after. I don't think that's what you did. But yeah, this change is fine, but it's not enough change to this file. I would expect you to make all the changes at once. Is this still integration computer core? Okay, it's making each change one by one. Why is it making each change one by one to the same file? Oh, that's cool, I guess. It's working again. Damn, it's burning through tokens while working again. Alright, now... Oh, that's part of it, though. Part of it is that this is too many dependencies. How do I have a side conversation again? BTW? Yeah. Oh, right. This is a lot of dependencies, and the argument list, parameter list for the class is excessive. What do you think a good principle is for this, aside from breaking it into something smaller? That's for later, to tackle later. standard answer is to inject an interface or facade in groups that related concern. An interface or facade that groups related concerns. The most natural grouping is already there. The constructor arguments was that grouping just implemented as a concrete class with no abstraction value. The better version of that pattern is a proper options/settings record for config, letting DI handle the service dependencies directly. The real principle: settings config go in settings classes, services get injected directly. My constructor is bloated partially because it mixes both. I don't understand what it's saying. 3 of these things are settings, and then some of them are services. They're already separated correctly, so the constructor link is a symptom of the class doing too many things. Yeah, which is what I was saying is the real problem. Short of breaking it up, constructor style parameter object is actually a reasonable holding pattern as long as it's DI resolved, which mine is. The mistake wasn't the pattern, it's that the class group has the point where the pattern hides the problem instead of solving it. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, well, it's going to be quicker and easier to update this if I go ahead and make the change that we're talking about, which is removing the intermediary constructor arguments object. Would this fail some code reviews? Probably. That's too many arguments. That tells me that it's doing too much. But the problem is that it's doing too much, and I'm not fixing all that right now. What are we doing here? Why are we adding async to this? You can't even have an async void. It becomes an async task. Async void does compile. Am I thinking the normal rule is prefer async task, but event handlers must accept the void delegate signature, so async void is the accepted exception. I don't think that's right. The pronoun lookup is async, so to await it, but you're not awaiting it! But that, oh, you haven't gotten there yet, and you're doing changes one by one. The real caveat with async void is that exceptions thrown after the first await aren't catchable. Where'd we go? Where'd we go? Aren't catchable? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. By the caller. They bubble up to the synchronization context and can crash the app? I've already got 1 or 2 fatal crashes that I haven't sat down to fix yet. The pronoun client already catches null exceptions internally and returns null on failure. That risk is already handled at the source. Sure. I'm accepting that with reservations. But, I mean, it'll be quick. My thing with AI and its fallibility is I like it best for programming because you can test programming. I try not to trust anything that AI tells me that I can't confirm for myself, but I can confirm all of this for myself by running the code. Okay, what are we doing here? Display name. Why are we creating a display name? Oh, okay, just to leave off the e.chat message up display name. Yeah, that's valid, that's valid. Is it the it's not the display name we want, is it? I don't think it's the display name we want from that event. I think it's the username we want from that event. Let me go take a look at this myself. Can I type over here? No, didn't think so. I'm pretty sure this guy, that's going to be a slow way to investigate that comment. Oh, I already had display name being used. And, oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, nope, display name is what I'm using, so it's gonna have to be correct or they're not gonna match. It's gonna have to be what we go with or it's not gonna match. Okay, cool. Code accepted. Yes, reload all this. You got more? You got more, good. External API clients. Pronouns. Okay, we're adding the dependency. Why is all of this happening one by one? 10,000 tokens? Your job is to help the dragon sort the castle. The inventory and pile sorting is done with a Diablo-like inventory grid. You save space by stacking similar items together, and you save tiles thanks to the perspective of the stacked items. Oh, have you played Wilmot's Warehouse, by the way? That's another game with like a lot of inventory management in a way that I suspect might feel a little like what you're talking about. That you might find some additional inspiration from, but it doesn't let you stack them in the same location. In fact, that's part of the challenge, is you're trying to just sort out an entire massive warehouse and you figure out how to arrange everything so that you can get to it quickly when an order comes in. Which is also actually what the new game by the Peak devs, Crash Out Crew, is about. Although you can stack things there to some degree. So a single coin might take up 1 by 1 tiles, but a stack of 5 coins you stack up only 2 by 1 tile. Since the coins are usually visually stacked on top of each other, other items work in a similar way, but damaged things take up more tiles as they're warped bin. Oh, I love that! They'll have to be fixed before they can be stacked, but you have to carve a path through the clutter to access the rooms, and helpers needed for the stations to fix them. The rooms will also have proper storage for the items, which further saves more space. Helpers can also help with other tasks, like smelting down scrap metal to make more efficient and stackable shaped bars until they're needed to craft things, taking trips into town to trade up coins, so that has a cooldown, carrying oversized items that the player can't move, and many other random jobs to aid in your mission. That sounds cool as heck! But yeah, Wilmot's Warehouse. I just linked to it, but you know what? I should also just show off what the game looks like. It's a top-down, like, abstract game, you might call it. You're this little guy, and this is all the stuff in your warehouse. You don't see these things, so you don't get all the fine visual detail about them, because there's other stuff in the way. But as you move around, what you get a clear sight of and what you don't changes. Then you pick things up, you can grab things, you can rope them together and carry them together. And that's during the storage phase, during the receiving incoming shipment. And now this is during the fulfilling orders phase. Here, the truck has a bunch of things that it requires, and Wilmot's got to get that in the loading. No, that wasn't right. That was the incoming stuff still. This is the orders phase, where people are ordering these things, and you got to get them to them. And it's multiplayer, also. I played this with Jupiter. I just thought that sounded like a cute, neat little thing. But yeah, the way that you're taking some real interesting spins on inventory management that I'm super excited to check out, actually. I would love to see it, and if you ever need a beta tester, let me know. You're thinking of having the map be isometric until you interact with a pile? Huh? You'll have to look at that game, though. But yeah, and also Crash Out Crew. I played this a bit when Kara was over and she was asleep, which is funny because it's a co-op slot style game, you know? But you're just moving around a warehouse, you are receiving incoming stuff, and it's a roguelite. Yeah, I guess roguelite sort of works. And different levels have different stupid challenges. The objective is to fill the... Damn it! Okay, this is where the goods come in from. So you're grabbing stuff and you're putting them on these to load up the trucks at these loading bays. With a bunch of silly things going wrong, because it's a co-op slot game, you know. I hate that title. I hate the title of the genre so much because it's a lot of really good games in that genre, including really good games that are fun to play alone. Pronouns client to singleton. I guess it is, yeah. What's the other change to this file? Is it just the... Are you deleting... Oh, you're deleting the constructor arguments. Yeah, that's fair. What else are we doing? 10,000 tokens for this operation? Or is that for the whole session? I hope it's for the whole session. I think it's $3 per million tokens, I think is the rate I'm paying. All the helpers are friendly monsters! Thalassa is a gardener, a suit of living armor is the smith, and a chest mimic helps with coins and trades them up. I love that. I've got a friend that's a Leshy VTuber, by the way. She was really excited when I recognized what a Leshy was, and I'm like, yeah, thanks to Quest for Glory, really. Not that she knew what that was. Oh, are we done? Okay, all done. We can now delete the constructor args class. Nothing references it anymore. I believe you, but let me go look. Pulse check. Is this still working? I want to see how it displays the token output to see if it's going to tell me, oh, that took like 5 tokens. Or if it's going to be another, or if it's a running tally and it'll say 10,000 something tokens. Starts over, so that was 10,000 tokens for that change. That's wild. Why are you doing a CD? Why are you changing directories? Select object. I don't know what you're doing. I'm gonna stop you from it. Sorry, I just wanted you processing something so I could make note of the CLI UI. Didn't want you to do anything to the project in response to that question. No worries. Crunch for 2 seconds. But we did kind of meet thanks to Quest for Glory. Yeah, you and I did. Where was I? Okay, so all that is done. Are you currently building project? Why have I got dependencies that don't support? Oh, because my target framework is old. I should update that, but I'm not going to update that in the middle of this branch. It build. Does it run? Build? Built. It built. Does it run? That's a bad sign. Did it crash? No, you're gonna be... Story game is actually supposed to be on the back burner, but you had lots of recent inspiration for it. Yeah, I bet. bin. That was running debug mode. Log. And that's not from just now. Did it not get far enough to start logging? That's a little perplexing. All right, so what could be causing that? Wrong startup project. That would do it. Why is that the startup project? This is an abandoned project that I haven't come back to. I might at some point, because at some point I want Thalassa to be able to integrate into Discord. Her initial purpose was actually to be a go live message bot, and then that was going to be her first feature, but then I just kept being overwhelmed by how much that entailed and how much more fun it would be to have her do the things she does now, where she can chat with me, she can interact with people, she can shout people out. A lot less effort and a lot more, well, maybe not less effort for all of that, but a lot more bang for my buck for the most part. So let's try executing the right program. No? Did it create logs that time? No logs either. Not a good sign. It's not a good sign at all. We did change some stuff in the dependency injection, but I'm surprised it's not giving me any errors whatsoever. Let's pull up my exception settings, make sure it's breaking on all exceptions. It is not. Okay, let's break on all exceptions and try again. Why is it... What have I done? Also, why is this text so fucking big that it's taking up this much of my screen just to look at the get changes list file list? mcp.json, what are you? MCP servers. Okay, that's a Claude thing. This seems to be closing silently on launch. That's new and exciting. Any idea what could be causing that? I'll have it look while I'm looking, and I've failed to input the question mark, but I think it probably got it. Startup.cs seems most likely to be where a problem would occur. Startup doesn't... Oh yeah, startup would need that. It added pronouns client and it removed the constructor arguments. Gonna actually need to pick a game engine to learn for it. A few people have been talking you into Godot. Yeah. That seems to be what's in vogue in the indie space now, I think. Although I'm not very well connected to the video game dev scene. But after Unity really shat the bed a while back in terms of customer trust, when they started talking about back charging for existing products. No, I'm surprised I've seen a single Unity project again since then. On the other hand, it also seems unlikely that they would do that, but it seemed unlikely the first time, you know? And then Unity, or sorry, not Unity, Unreal is a lot. I hear that Unreal is one of the harder options, and powerful though. The crashes before on startup fires, no log, no speech, so it's dying in the app constructor inside configure services. Yeah, that's my thought too, because I get logging pretty early, and I've got it, and previously I've had it say out loud, hey, we failed to launch, but it blew up before that point. I almost wonder if it's not launching this. I guess I could take a breakpoint. In configure services. That's probably the fastest way to do it. If it's not just have AI fix the problem for me. It didn't hit configure services. I don't think it's running what I think it's running. How do you break before you hit configure services? What are you running? What is being done here? How do I break this? Escape. It's not hitting the first line in app when I put a breakpoint there. Put a breakpoint there. I think something's misconfigured and I'm launching the wrong thing, but when I try to launch it from the exe, it's still not doing anything. Thoughts? Look up 3-panel Soul Unity screws. I don't wanna. That scares me. Shenanigans are being done here. Shenanigans are being done here. It's not NSFW. No, I didn't think it would be NSFW. They're just scary. NSFW things don't scare me. If the breakpoint of the first line of app isn't hit at all, the process is crashing before managed code even starts. Most likely a missing assembly or wrong binary entirely. Doesn't have compile errors, or that's not what that would do. Wrong startup project. That's what I thought. Make sure StarMade Iteration Computer is the startup project, which it is. It is. It's the bold one here. If I go to startup project, I don't see... Oh, I did see startup project. Start with a clean build and check for errors first. It's building. There's an exe dated. Seven minutes ago, but nothing happens when I try to run it. I'm so confused. But it's saying that there might be some kind of dependency issue. So some kind of dependency issue. BTW, the path I'm running from manually is this. Streaming something NSFW could be fair and valid. I mean, there's some weird dependency stuff happening. Microsoft end-of-life target frameworks. The exe is fresh, which certainly does nothing, try running it from a command prompt instead. Getting crashed from the WPF dispatcher starts will sometimes print standard outer standard error that the exe swallows when double-clicked. Sure. Oh, you'll even give me a whole command prompt for it. Sure. Or try launching the DLL directly at the runtime, which is more verbose output. Nothing with the command. With the first one. Either of those should surface any except shit. Wrong button. Let's just interrupt what they're doing. Do I have access to .NET? Yes. Okay, so I'll do what it's suggesting I do there. Is there a DLL for that? There's a DLL for that. Okay. Could not load file or assembly that. An application control policy? Fucking Windows? This is my code! I would never have found this error in my life, by the way. I would never have thought to run .NET from the command line. I know how to do it. I mean, actually, it didn't occur to me you could just do that with a DLL. So I didn't know how to do it. But I'm familiar with the .NET command. Oh, that makes me angry. .NET, no, not that maniac, not that maniac. You don't have to do that. You don't have to dock me. No. You're gonna go mod for Izzy and Faye. Do you have a good stream? Baldur's Gate 3 collab sounds like so much fun. I hope that they enjoy. See you, Toko. It's not a code issue at all. Yes. How do I unblock it? Unblock file. I don't want to. I would really, yeah. Is to add the build output folder to my app locker / wdac allow list. That's a system config change. Don't worry, I'm good with system config changes. This is a bad system config. This is a bad system config, and I have no, Gavin. I thought a paladin would protect me from curses. Thankfully, I'm running... Aw, well, at least I'm getting sprayed. Thank you for the spray, Maniac. Thankfully, I'm running on my home PC and have full admin access here. Give me a command line to do that. Oh. Specifically to... I want my entire source folder to be able to execute arbitrary code within it. So... this. Or... this. Okay, what? There. You made a redeemer, people put a rubber ducky on your head. Duckies are awesome. Yeah, but it's a lot easier to type when I'm not a duck. I can manage it, apparently. Just finished my caffeine-free Diet Coke. I'm gonna replace that on my left with the Powerade. A Powerade Zero mixed berry drink to be specific. Just try to put the words specific and precise together. I did not know that running .NET like that could hide these hidden errors. That's so useful. I hope I remember it. I don't think I'm going to unless I need it again. I'm gonna go ask the main Claude app. How do I check my current token usage for the month? Because I'm a little worried how much this thing is going to be costing me this month. Usage on the Claude AI subscription side of my Pro plan, or usage tied to the Claude AI subscription in the build or tracked separately depending on how I authenticated it. Subscription via API key. I authenticated it via subscription. So the subscription either way. Let's check current docs on that, since that is exactly the kind of thing that changes over time. True. I'm gonna wait the Anthropic Help Center most reliably. Good. Oh, I can just say /usage. Which will show the combined dashboard with per limit weekly reset times. Since pro/max usage draws from one shared pool across Claude.ai chat and Claude Code. Appropriate usage is shared across Claude chat and Claude Code. ID usage counts towards that, yes. So if that 793 kilobyte session has been burning tokens unattended, it's all coming out of the same bucket. Right, that's what I wanted to look at. That's why I'm worried. Oh, what are we doing? Reboot? I'm not rebooting! I'm streaming right now! First, let's check what system is actively blocking it. Windows 11 has 2 possible culprits. Are you kidding me? I guess that sounds faster than looking at that with Registry Edit, which is a tool I would normally have used for that. Do I have PowerShell up right now? Yeah. 1. If it returns to 1 or 2, it's Smart App Control. Disabling it is a one-way switch. I can't re-enable it without restarting Windows? What the fuck do you mean I can't disable it without reinstalling and re-enable it without reinstalling Windows? Are you serious? Why not? It's a registry key. I can set the registry key to whatever the fuck I want. I would like an app exception though, but that's not how that works with this tool. I'm gonna go look that one up on Google myself. Brings robust application control. While it's designed for consumers, we believe it's the ideal starting point for most organizations. Evaluation. What does the evaluation mean? It starts in evaluation mode and switches off within 48 hours for enterprise managed devices unless the user turns it on first. If you want to proactively turn off Smart App Control across your organization's endpoints, then I can do that. I mean, I just want to know when you're doing it, so I can tell you to bypass that. So I can tell you to bypass that, Windows. What the fuck? Use the Smart App Control policy to build your own base policy. That sounds useful. That sounds like a lot of work. I'm thinking about spinning it off to Claude, but I don't know that I care enough. Oh, and it starts in Windows Pro. If I was using a cheaper version of Windows, it wouldn't even be doing it. That's from citool.exe-r for that to take effect. I'm glad I looked this up, because Claude didn't seem to know that. Oh, Claude has me reboot, so that would run that. Verified and reputable policy state. That's not what. That's not the path this is saying. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So HKLM system, current control set, control CI policy. Name, verified and reputable policy state. Sure. As a mutual friend said, Lori Cole, I wish I could consider Lori Cole a friend. The game industry has been very incestuous in response to how people keep copying each other, especially with high fantasy. So you've been going back to the original lore, but as you said in step 5, you basically bridge things for the audience so that things aren't too alien for them. I mean, it always has been. It's not just the game industry. It's literature in general, which video games are. So I missed one of your messages. Sorry. For the first game, you've been adding more flavor. Your building process has been 1, research the myths first. 2, identify the archetypes that appear across cultures. 3, preserve some of each culture's unique interpretation. I love that. 4, reconcile them into a coherent shared history. Also amazing. 5, present the result in a form that audiences immediately recognize. I love that too. That's a very well enumerated list. A very well enumerated process. Alright, so yep, this will in fact fix that. Although I like this thing's solution that doesn't involve me rebooting after. So I'll do that. Oh! Requested registry access is not allowed. Then fucking PowerShell. Run as administrator. Whoa! That's neat. Let's try again, shall we? And then Microsoft documentation suggests that I run CI tool-R for that to take effect. Now, can I run my own goddamn code? Yes, I can. It's hit my breakpoint. I don't need... How many breakpoints do I have set right now? Because I don't think I need any of them anymore. At least not most of them. Where's my debug? Windows. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Breakpoints. What is this? Interpret command. Yeah, I was working on that not long ago. I don't need this anymore. That is now confirmed working. So let's remove that breakpoint, Twitch authorization user flow value. Process. Why did I do that? You actually only recently articulated that it was a pain. You only recently articulated that it was a pain to explain it all before. I'll bet. Yeah, I don't see what I would be doing that breakpoint either. So let's just continue. No breakpoints until I've decided I need some. So far so good. Connect to Twitch. Thalassa connected successfully. Love to see it. New chat window. Test 1, 2. Then I accidentally sent a new line. I don't know what that Hello, Tromaine. Welcome in and thank you so much for the raid. Wild timing since I've got 2 instances of my chatbot that I use to shout people out running right now. Feels so baffling to you treating it like breakable glass. Like you could turn it off. What are we talking about? Hello, how am I? I'm good. How are you? Anyways, playing Arc Raiders. How did Arc Raiders go? How was your stream? Neurodivergent streamer, and don't forget to stop being live. I've had a couple of friends that forgot to hit that stop button after raiding me. Had a friend that was streaming for more than 24 hours once because he didn't know that his 2-hour gaming session did not end in the stop streaming button. But welcome in, everyone, and thank you for raiding. I am your friendly transplanetary, transhumanoid, transbeing Lutsen VTuber, Cybermermaid Comet, coming to you live from my ship, the Starmate, in high Earth orbit over the Unit Time Zone, and welcome in. Today I am working on developing my little robot friend here. My little robot friend, come on. Oh, my hand tracking. I moved my hand tracker a little. My robot friend here, Thalassa, who is, among other things, my robot that I use to shout people out. Yeah, currently I am adding pronoun awareness to her in anticipation of future features where she's going to chat with people more directly. Nearly done with one of the projects. I haven't played Arc Raiders. Are there projects in Arc Raiders? What does that entail? How did it go? But definitely, I appreciate the raid so much. But and though I'm pelting with questions, do not hesitate to raid and lurk, or even raid and run if that's what you need to do. As much as I'd love to have you raid and chat, do what's best for you, my friends, and I really do appreciate your presence. The smart app control thing, if you're not mistaken. Oh yeah, Akara. Treating it like a breakable glass, you can turn it off, but I'll have to replace it entirely if you want it back. That's what... Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's what Copilot was... Not Copilot. I'm using Claude directly. That's what Claude was saying, huh? So that's... I don't know that I believe that because the Microsoft documentation didn't say that. But regardless, I can run my code now. Windows is no longer blocking that. Which perplexes me so much. I know I've run her from this location since I wiped the hard drive recently, didn't I? Didn't I fix my UDP bug since then, I thought? Regardless, certainly I'm running her from different program files right now. That's what this icon on my taskbar is. So I don't even know. It's just a gather XXX items, get this reward. Oh, I see. Well, nice. Progress is always good. I'm glad to hear it. That's a co-op game, right? Were you playing with friends? Or am I mistaken? Alright, so she seems to be working. Claude seemed to be correct, and my constructor arguments was just completely removable. None of that needed to be constructed by hand. But also, yeah, they're like, yeah, to solve the problem you have, the band-aid fix is to have a constructor args argument, class. Instead, I've got this many dependencies in the constructor for this thing. It's a superclass. It needs to be refactored. That is not what I'm doing in this story, in my current branch. My command factory's also got a lot of dependencies. I hate that. I hate this massive list of dependencies things have. But like the command well, let's not obsess over it now. So I'm streaming working with a bot and using chat as a rubber duck. A little bit. I'm also using Claude as a rubber duck. But yes, pretty much. Which, ironically, I've got a friend that used to give me rubber duck for my birthday and Christmas every year, so I happen to own mini rubber ducks. They were all very different rubber ducks. Like, I've got an Einstein rubber duck and a Batman, like a 90s Batman. 90s? 80s? Like Adam West and shit, whatever the fuck that was. I don't remember. It was a while ago. I was young. Or not born yet. Not sure which. Things haven't been as arbitrary as ice dwarves, fire dwarves, etc. Your subraces for things like dwarves and other races have various influences from mythology. The different subraces were actually the way you keep the unique scope various mythologies have had with similar races. The Hillshaper dwarves, for instance, have a lot of inspiration from Earthman, you think from Swiss mythology. I love that, and honestly, that's something that's so cool about Lori and Corey Cole, the developers at Transsolar Games, the ones that created the Quest for Glory series that I mentioned earlier. Like, they do so much cool shit, and they do so much research into the different cultures that are inspiring the stuff in their games, and it's enough to inspire you to research these cultures yourself on your own time, because you can see what their influences are, and it never feels like it's a pastiche. It never feels like we're making fun of it. It never feels like we're minimizing what the actual culture is to pull out something that we're exoticizing. It feels like life for them, and it's just different, and I love that so much, and I trust that you're going to have that same feel if it's recognizably mythology, if it's like recognizably real stuff. I don't know if it'll be recognizable. I don't know if that's your intention or not. Okay, cool. So, yep. That is done. Pronouns client is done. Your list of dwarves have names like the Hillshapers, the Mountainback, Earthblood, Thunderclap, Mossstone, and Frostbeard. All influenced from many different mythologies. Love it. Love it. I've had Claude do a lot. I'm going to do this one myself. Actually, Claude can analyze my commands better than I could. It's been years since I built these. I don't think any of them... Please review the commands in in the main project / commands, the command objects, to evaluate what should consume pronouns now that we have access to them. Prestidigitating. I did just say, hey, why don't we consume a whole lot more tokens? That would be great, wouldn't it? Consuming a whole lot more tokens when I'm sitting here worried about my token usage. Can I run that here? Usage or status? That's exactly what the target's actual oh, okay. Clear winner, shoutout command. Yes, that's the one that I knew I would need. Would be shoutout command. That's exactly where the target's actual pronouns belong. Has audience registry already in scope, and shoutout target is the username, so it can look up pronouns by username, shoutout target, and use the right subject pronoun there. Exactly. That was the plan. I'm wondering if there are any other commands I have built already that do that, that will need that. No, those are slash commands built inside the CLI. That's what I thought. Okay. I don't need to acknowledge that. Say last reader command is a secondary candidate. It does describe a person and could naturally say something like she rated it this instead of last reader X at that. It already has audience registry too. Of course it does, because that's where it's getting the person to shout out, especially. Say rater list command and say last followers, just enumerate names. No sentence structure that would naturally take a pronoun. I knew it. Okay, so I've got a command for that. I forgot that I've got a command for that. And then send chat message, send canned message, timeout, and reset cruise control. I don't even have cruise control anymore. I can get rid of that one. Cruise control, by the way, is a tool that can be used to control OBS from like Twitch chat or something. So like one way that this could be facilitated, I type in !spray and then up comes my spray animation. Initially that was done with cruise control. Now I've got it being done with, I think, Sammy, and I plan to migrate that to speaker.bot at some point. Yes, do that with shoutout command. I knew I'd want that. Honestly, for all the others, I'd like to see the username. I'd like to see the a user's pronouns in parentheses if they are known, and no parentheses if they are not. I was gonna write that. I was just gonna have it do that write that while it was doing something else, but honestly, it's been fast enough with each step that I haven't had a chance to. And I believe that probably will wrap up my current branch. Let me go refresh myself on my planning board to see if I had anything mentioned in there. Sometimes I put notes like that in my planning document, but I don't think I do. Get a user's pronouns to get the enum directory. Look at me go. Look at that documentation I got there. But no, nothing of the sort. Still thinking. Oh, now it's churning. Now it's doing stuff. Reading the command factory. Why are you reading command factory? You don't know. Say last followers command doesn't have it? Hold on, is say last followers command functional? Audience registry. Where are you getting last followers from? Get state from target channel. Oh, it just gets that from... Oh, shit. Fuck. Hold on. Actually, the last follower might not be in the audience registry. The audience registry.
This is a reminder.
Is it that late?
Monitor.
Okay, 6:40. So in 20 minutes, I'm going to be playing Fogs with Nova.
This is a reminder. Monitor.
I'm going to see if I can get this committed and done, and ideally even deployed to my current instance, before that would start. Oh shit, I just remembered something else I wanted to do that I probably, again, would have to look up a bunch of stuff and wouldn't have time to do by hand that Claude might be able to do for me in time. The audience registry is built during the current... for that command. The audience registry is built based on who's interacted with the current stream, but I've never used the say last follower command. I've never used the say last follower command. Do I want to just delete that? Yeah, no, let's just delete that. Actually, let's skip the say last followers command. In fact, I've never once used that. Let's delete it entirely, I think. Do I want to delete it? Hold on. Let's think, comment, let's think. It's still a cool, useful thing that I can do. Maybe useful is a strong word, but it's still a cool thing that I can do that's nice and demonstrative about the things that Thalassa is capable of. So let's fall back. In the case of say last followers, the last followers may not have followed during the current stream. Audience registry describes only the current people who've interacted with the stream since the Thalassa executable was started, usually on the same day. So in the case of say last followers, we'd need to be prepared to use the pronouns client within the command if we don't have that information available. Bet is calling. Have a great night. You have a great night too. See ya. Sleep well. And thanks so much for the raid. Once again, I appreciate you. We do still probably want it to use the audience register. We don't want to make a bunch of API calls if we can avoid it, because API calls, like remote API calls, are still going to be slower than just looking at this in-memory database. Oh, God. I'm talking to Claude about the Thalassa project at one point when I was just doing some brainstorming. Claude had so many really good ideas for implementations for things that I was too intimidated to start on, and I realized that Claude could just do that really fast. Maybe not really fast. So, but I'm excited for the prospect. For followers, check the cache first and fall back to pronouns client directly and cache the result. I guess we do cache the result, yeah. For raider commands and shoutout, cache only, since raiders and shoutout targets are stream participants. That means command factory also needs pronoun client to pass in a say last followers, and integration computer core needs to pass it through. We'll do all the changes at once. Good! Do all the changes at once! Love that. Love that. Oh, were. Oh, that's cool. Love that. Love that implementation. So it's going to say they were if we don't find a pronoun for it, which is what I wanted in shoutout. Perfection. And then where pronoun was or were last category. Is it really that awkward every time I shout someone out? Where they were last art and arch, or they were last hell divers or something? That's the syntax that I come up with. Where they were last? No, I've got playing. Okay, so state that last category name will include the verb. Look at me go! I'm so smart. I'm so smart. Last category name. Really? That's what I called that? Anyways, yes, Claude, yes. I approve. This is the correct change. Let's get to the shoutout. Oh, what do we got? Pronoun display. Try give it. I don't give me a variable named P, you fuck? Use a more meaningful variable name than P, even for link variables, or even for lambda variable names. That's a pet peeve of mine. Got distracted for a bit. Oh, right, I didn't read your last one anyway. Elves have their own naming convention. Feedback saved. Cool. What? Where did that get saved? Elves have their own naming convention using the suffix "thay," which means inheritor but can double as elf, and they embody different powers of creation. Got elves like the Mithray and the Illithai, inheritors of living wood or of the mist. Velithai of light, and they have influences not just from Norse mythology but Arthurian legend, Greek, Judeo-Christian, Slavic, and more. Love that. Feedback variable name. Okay, good. Yes, thank you for remembering the feedback and putting that in the project. I wonder if there's a better place to put that that's more global. Because with Git, you can move it up a folder. Like you get your project, but then you've got the folder that all your projects live in, and if you have a Git folder in there, then anything you put in the Git folder there will apply to all projects. Memory index. Meaningful variable names. No short throwaway names like P or X, even in lambdas. Pet peeve. Thank you. Yes. Wow, that's a lot of steps to remember that, but sure. I'm also surprised it's prompting me for all of this. There's got to be a middle ground between prompting me for each step in something and prompting me not at all. Because I saw a command to prompt not at all, but I don't want that. So let's say last raider command. So the last raider, name, pronoun display, and then pronoun display will start with you silly robot. You silly robot, you're leaving out the space. This looks like it's leaving out the space between the name and parentheses. My initial command might not have been clear that should be there, but it should. If I'm wrong, please let me know and resubmit. What time is it? 10 till. Nova, you in chat? I know that you lurk a bit when I'm streaming before our collabs. Pronoun display, pronouns by username. You have to look that your pronouns are he. Cute. Okay, yep, we got a space bar there now. Wait, was that there before? Hold on. I need to read this a bit better. The space is already there. Pronoun displays either blank or space she, her. Notice leading space inside the string literal. Okay, so it's saying I'm doing that already. Please accept my code review, ma'am. So it is. It's right there. Yeah, I was misreading all of this. I hate the syntax for... that's a lot. That's a lot that one line is doing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're right. It sure is, but that one line is doing too much, and that space was added way past the right side of my screen. Break that one-liner up into multiple lines, either with an if block or just wrapping it with new lines. Why am I making it make a choice? I should just tell it what to do. That's how I'd probably handle this code review if I were code reviewing a teammate, though. It uses an if. You'll use that pattern consistently across all the commands. Sure, sounds good. Because, like, that's long. Look how long that is. Honestly, hold on. Hold on. You're right that all the commands will use that. Should we put that in the base class? Or some new shared base command or other dependency? This starts to feel like a lot of repeated code. Oh, Nova's messaging me. Okay, so I'm going to be prepared to switch activities. I might not be getting, Izzy, welcome in and thank you so much for the raid. I might not be getting all of this done in time. I'll be getting this in time to deploy this for stream today. For the collab today. But that's okay. Oh boy, is everybody rating me or is it just Izzy and Oz? Y'all were playing 4-person BG3. I would love to do a 4-person BG3 at some point. Would I? I don't know. If I was doing that, I'd want mods so that like the legacy characters were giving their full dialogue all the time. But I've figured out how I would arrange that, and I don't want to go into that, or I'm not going to be ready to stream with Nova in a minute. Anyways, how are y'all doing? I just minimized the Thalassa window. How was it? Who were you playing with? Faye was one of them, and another was a name I don't know. How was it? How did your game go? I want to hear about everyone's characters. I might not respond to everything everyone says about their characters, but of course, as much as I'd love to have you raid and chat, please don't hesitate to raid and lurk or raid and run. Do what's best for you, my friends, and I love you both. Members of their communities that aren't familiar with me, hello! I am your friendly transplanetary, transhumanoid, transbeing loopsome VTuber, Cyber Mermaid Comet, coming to you live from my ship to Starmate in high Earth orbit over the Eastern Time Zone, and welcome in! Today I'm about to stop working on Thalassa and start playing Fogs of Nova, of Mordio and Nova. I've been integrating Claude into my workflow at home. You're restarting next time to do mod issues. Oh no! Not mod issues, what happened? Anyways, guys, definitely check these two out. By the way, Izzy is an adorable puppy fish vampire? I'm missing some concept in there. There's more to it. VTuber. And Oz is the demon prince of Prince? Lord. Demon Lord of Plague. Sorry. And he is fantastic, and Oz and I have been doing collabs on Fridays. Playing Green Hell lately. Dale refused to eat and left, and jumping was fucked. Jumping was fucked? Oh no. Speaking of Thalassa, if someone doesn't like AI, but I say they have Thalassa pophobia? I don't get the po part. I don't want to make jokes at the expense of people that don't like AI though. Like, I know that you're not being mean-spirited about it, but like, I have enough cognitive dissonance with my own use of it. That I don't even in a good-natured joke, I don't want to make that. But I appreciate where you're coming from, Gavin. Okay, the right home is command-based. It already holds speech computer and logger. So it's an established place for shared infrastructure. Right, exactly. Yep, that's what I thought. If this is going to be shared among several commands, either put that in another dependency or put it in the base class. I don't want the logic repeated among several commands beyond what's strictly necessary. So yeah, I'm gonna hit my BRB screen, gonna run to the restroom, gonna get my go live message started, and I think start a new stream for this. Not just a new recording, but a new stream. So I'm gonna be offline for a minute after the BRB. I'll be back shortly. If you don't see me back in a couple of minutes, and I'll have Thalassa say in chat when I should be back, then just hit refresh. Right back, y'all.